Hi friends, Kristine McKinley here with the Real Estate Chicks, and today I'm going to go over what $1 million brings you in Winter Park, Florida. And $1 million is a lot of money, okay? There's no denying that. But let's look at these houses and let's see what it actually can get you in one of the most desired areas in Central Florida. And then after we go through that, I'm going to show you one little tip to getting into Winter Park for less money, okay? So I've got my MLS pulled up here. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love doing a Zoom call with my clients, especially new clients that are, coming to me from out of state or out of town, and just kind of going through realistically what is on the market and what has sold in their price point. So I'm going to do a price search of $900,000 up to $1.1 million just to give us a good range. I have us in for Winter Park proper, which is 32789 zip code. Winter Park does have another zip code that we'll go over later, but this is the zip code. This is Orange County. This is your Winter Park High School zone. So when people say that they want to move to Winter Park, this is typically what they're calling me for, okay? And then I've also only done single family homes. So there are only 9 on the market right now. So let's look at what we have here. The first thing I'm going to do is pull up the map actually. So hopefully you can see this, but if you can see here, every little blue check mark is a house. Okay. So we have some that are, off Howell Branch. That's almost Maitland. Down Horatio over north of Horatio is going to be Maitland. So that's pretty close to Maitland, which is also fantastic. We have like the heart and soul of Winter Park right here. This is also the heart and soul of Winter Park. These really, really are, as close to Park Ave as possible, which is Park Ave is like Winter Park's bread and butter. That's where all of the restaurants and the shopping and the cuteness is, the amazing houses. And then of course we have the chain of lakes right here. So this one it's still definitely Winter Park, but it's very, very close to Orlando. So let's kind of see what we have in like the heart of Winter Park. Okay. So we have this one for $999, $949, $975. So just under $1 million, which I'm sure that, they list this at $999. Add $1,000 and you're at $1 million. So yeah, Comstock. So this is right near the Winter Park Town Center. So let's look at this one. This is a 1,000 square feet. So even though $1 million is high, I wouldn't say that this counts as luxury, right? You are definitely getting the area. This one's also been on the market for 144 days. So it's overpriced. I can tell you that right now. And they only have one picture, so that doesn't really do me any good here. Let's see. This one here, kind of close to Eatonville. Let me see what this 975 looks like. Okay, so this is a 3-2, 975. Days on market are still high. So that's interesting. Okay, so again, you've got the price point. I wouldn't say that this is luxury feeling. And you know what? These are kind of higher days on market. Let's go to pending. Let's see what was listed for around $1 million and is actually selling. Okay, so now here we're talking. Let's go to our map again. Okay, so right here, the orange. These are the only 2 that are pending. I mean, granted, we've only gone from 900 to 1.1 million, but this is definitely the bread and butter. Here's Palmer Avenue, which is a big cut-through road in Winter Park. Of course, 426, which is a Loma, is a highway at this point, essentially. So let's see what we have here. This is right off Lakemont Avenue. So this will get you a 3, 2.5, super cute house. This is what I think of when I think of this area. It's kind of like a ranch style house, definitely been either added onto, renovated. This is beautiful. I love everything that they've done here. This feels much, much more luxury. And this is almost 2,000 square feet. So definitely a great bang for your buck. This is a fantastic area. They have luxury finishes, high-end finishes, but as you can see, no pool here. So that was only on the market for 8 days, which that tells me that's pretty quick in this market. That tells me this is probably going to sell for, close to 950 here. And then the other one we had is a little bit closer to Palmer, so maybe less bang for your buck. This is a 4.2.5, built in 2017, so that's fantastic. And this is definitely luxury. This is a smaller home. This is a lower price point, of course, for Winter Park proper. And I would say the finishes aren't as nice as the last house, but again, to each their own. Maybe this is exactly what you're looking for. Who knows? So do we have a pool here? No pool here. So as far as Winter Park, for right around $1 million, we are getting about 2,000 square feet, no pool. There was a few on the market with a pool, but again, they're not selling anything that's on the market, especially for close to 150 days on the market. That means that the market is rejecting that price. So it's not really worth what they're asking, which is a hard pill to swallow for those sellers, but it is what it is, right? So right now, Winter Park around $1 million is getting you around 2,000 square feet, no pool, 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. And let's check out what has sold. So that's all good. We have active, we have pending. What has actually closed in this price point? So we actually have a ton of options. There was 11 houses. So let's go to the map. Everything in red here is sold. Okay, so we definitely have some like very, very great locations. This is a fantastic location right off Webster a little bit. Yep, on Canton. All right, and then we have some up and down Aloma here. That's a pretty busy road, so anything that's like right off Aloma, you're going to get a better bang for your buck because, again, that's kind of like a high traffic area. And then I love this part of Winter Park. This is like kind of over by Rollins College. So again, because this might be not a better area of Winter Park because all of Winter Park is fantastic, but this could be maybe a more desirable part of Winter Park. I don't know. Maybe that's just a personal opinion. But this one here sold for $1 million and it's a 2-1. You know what I mean? So this one's 950, 3-2 on Lake Sioux Avenue. Okay, so we have a lot of data to pull from here. So kind of same thing, all over the board, in Winter Park, you're going to have a bunch of different types of houses. It's not cookie cutter neighborhoods. We have some old, we have some new. But overall, you're going to get a decent home. I wouldn't say anything mega luxury at that $1 million price point. But anything can be renovated, anything can be knocked down, and anything can be started over. So that is kind of a gist of what $1 million is going to get you in Winter Park.